All right, while my business partner here, Warren Allen, sits down, this is Scott Allenspach with the PEP Talk, people, events, and places of Pitt County. Greenville, North Carolina, the best Greenville in the world, in our opinion. World. I am Scott Allenspach with East Carolina Realtor, Heather Stepp Real Estate Group, and Keller Williams. My lovely co-host here,
Warren Allen with the Click Firm. We do digital marketing, primarily like Google Ads and stuff like that. But if you have a question, email me, warren@clickfirm.com.
And I am excited to introduce Chef Lucas Owens. He is here with us today.
Guest of
honor, and he is the professional because this episode is all about Eastern North Carolina barbecue. So we've been tossing this idea around for weeks and months, and now it's right here on our plate in front of us. We're excited. It's a Friday afternoon. We're about to chow down on some Eastern North Carolina barbecue.
I think Scott's excited because he's hungry.
I am starving right now. So we've got 6 different locations through Pitt County, and we don't know which is on the plate, so that's pretty cool. Someone else plated it for us. But before we get to the barbecue, we have Chef Lucas Owens here, who is starting up a new concept here right down in the Uptown area. So why don't you tell the viewers a little bit about who you are and what's going to go on in the next couple months?
That's right. Yeah, first, thanks for having me. I'm excited, especially to eat some barbecue. It's like a staple, not only in the area, but for me personally, at least once a week. But yeah, we're doing a concept down on Dickenson Avenue. We are taking an old space that used to be Carolina Cafe.
Awesome.
At the split of 9th Street and Dickenson Avenue, right down there where all of the revitalization is going on by the new overpass. And we are doing a modern take on a nostalgic old school diner.
Yeah. Okay, like a greasy spoon.
Yeah, greasy spoon.
Nice.
And we are really excited about it. We partnered with the original owner's sons.
Okay.
So they have all the pictures and the old menus and things that we've been able to look through and really get a vibe for kind of what it used to be and try to, do our best to reinvent that.
Oh, that's awesome. So I grew up in New Jersey, so like a greasy spoon, or AKA diner, was on every corner in every city pretty much. And even in my small town with only a couple hundred people, it still was an awesome concept. So you're going to have like the open-faced turkey sandwich or meatloaf and mash, or that's awesome. Or like a good old grilled cheese.
And that's what we were talking about too, was people around Greenville who remember the Carolina Cafe, and he's bringing back these items that you could bring your children to or your grandchildren.
Yeah, and hopefully the people that are older now were able to experience that place in its prime, and they'll be able to kind of see it revisited. And speaking on diners, up where you're from in Jersey, that's something I love about it. And my wife and I decided when we stepped out on our own to do our own concept, I really had a diner at heart. First of all, I'm from here, born in Raleigh, moved to Greenville very shortly after that, and then back to Raleigh after the college years. But it's kind of the way I ate when I grew up. Even though
said that so humbly. He skipped out on all these the nicest restaurants in the state he worked at. Executive
maybe
chef.
We'll get to it. But, what I was saying was, it's kind of like, even if I wasn't in a diner setting per se, if I was at my house or just kind of the food that I ate growing up, at the end of the day it was diner food.
Right.
I have a special place for that, and just to be able to go into a place that already has, for lack of a better term, like the positive
history,
juju on it. It already was that and was extremely successful for
And now with that new the 10th Street connector and stuff, you have a connection right to the hospital and that whole other area of Greenville and people that can.
And there's already established restaurants that are doing extremely well over the last couple of years. So you're just going to add another crown jewel to that Dickenson Corridor,
and I like
which will be awesome.
He's not coming in to try to compete or go at like Ford and Shep. Like, he's bringing a different concept. It's like a different setting, a different meal. You know what I mean?
Right. And we obviously want to support everyone down there, trying to revitalize that area, and we spend a lot of time down there anyway. We know a lot of those folks, and a lot of them have been extremely helpful where they can, and very encouraging. I've been doing pop-ups all over town for the past year, kind of getting the brand recognized, getting my food out there.
And your name out there, too, so people now know that you did the food for that one artist that came into town.
Modest Yahoo,
where he played at the State Theater, and you were part of the Nog creations of the menu and stuff like that.
Right,
so
Nog is my brand that we partnered with Hunter Harrison and Justin Cox, owners and creators of many things, but I think most people know them as the faces of Smashed Waffle.
Absolutely.
Right.
Also down on Dickenson Avenue, great friends of ours. But they have, a ton of things going on, real estate companies and a PR company that actually represents me called Catch Creative.
Cool.
Kind of a creative hub. But yeah, back to the diner thing, we're stoked on it, and it's the way I ate growing up. It's super familiar and nostalgic to me. And just the story of a diner, of how they kind of started up north, and they were brought to the States as a place to refuel. That's literally what it was. People were literally building America. It was a place to refuel during the day. Yeah.
There's a good book you could check out. Maybe it's called Diner in Paris. Or
I have it.
Okay.
You do?
Yeah,
I shouldn't have even mentioned.
And in New Jersey, like in a diner, you could go there for breakfast, you could go to work, you can grab a quick lunch, and then your family can go for dinner, and you could have a totally different thing. Right. And it's comfort food. It's not.
Do you know what kind of hours you're looking at?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna start with dinner.
Okay. Cool.
And with the name Diner attached to it, which I don't even think we've talked about that. The name of it is Native Fine Diner.
Okay.
Right.
Native Fine Diner on Dickenson Avenue.
Right. So kind of a play on words, a take on fine dining. But at the end of the day, it's a diner. So hours we're gonna start with dinner, and then a lot of times I hate to put a timeline on certain things. I mean, with this whole project, everything's a timeline, really.
Absolutely.
But as far as with diner being in the term, we have to be open for lunch, and eventually we have to be open for breakfast.
Right.
Right.
And I think a lot of the viewers here are probably from Greenville, but for those of you who are not, the Dickenson Avenue corridor, at the moment, it's not super walkable during the earlier hours of the day. So we don't think it makes a ton of sense to open for
logistically, it's
lunch
probably the dinner's
right
your
up
best
front.
bet.
So as far as a timeline goes on that, I just kind of want to be able to walk into the space after we open, walk into it, and look around at our staff and the people that are working with us and say, this place is moving and grooving. Like, we feel good. It's an oiled machine. Hey, guys and girls, next week or 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks, whatever we decide and feel comfortable, we're going to open for lunch, and we're going to see how that goes. We're going to let it happen organically, and then eventually we'll work back into breakfast in that way too.
Well, I think it's a smart move, because a lot of people have this big dream to start big, and then all of a sudden the cost of staying open all day long, it's a cost.
Or they're trying to deliver meals and do all these other things.
Or the quality drops down, because the nighttime, you can't prep for the night because you just had a busy lunch, and then you're now burnt out, and you're just, at the end of the wits. And some of these places, they start opening up at 10:30 or 11 in the morning, and then they close at 2 a.m. And that just hurts them, because the owners can't be there from 11 to 2 every day. So the quality then starts to drop, and then now you see that some of the places down here close. So, I mean, I think that's a smart business move, and you could also get the feedback from the people and start going from it. So I'm excited about it. Diner food is awesome. If you elevate it to a point, it's even better. So I think it's a great concept that Greenville needs. It's something different, which is awesome.
We promised Lucas we wouldn't hold him to any timelines or anything, but so when are you planning on?
Okay, so on paper, it's the middle of March.
Okay.
The exact date on paper is March 12th, which would be fantastic. It's my wife's birthday. It would be a super cool day to open.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to her.
And she's part of the concept too, so you're not leaving
designing,
her. She's going to be the designer.
Right. Yeah. So my wife is an interior designer in the area and surrounding areas, and her vision for things is just incredible. She's super passionate about what she does, and I mean, when I say creative, I mean very creative.
You gotta follow him on Instagram. He's always posting stories, sneak peeks, inside shots. If you want to see the progress of the whole thing, make sure you follow him out. We'll put his link in the description.
Even though he doesn't have an active building yet, he's been very active in the community with other projects and with other doing food and stuff like that. So he's definitely been around, and you've probably heard his name with tied to other places before this, but now he's breaking away and doing his own thing. So I'm excited for it. So so that's why you're here, buddy. So we brought you because you are a chef, and I was a sous chef once, literally just peeling potatoes back in high school.
Every episode we learn about a new job that Scott had, and I can't even keep up with the list.
I sliced salmon for cocktail hours at a wedding venue, and I had to wear a chef hat and a chef coat and everything like that. But it was really nothing. So I have no culinary experience, but you do. So we have 6 barbecue places in front of us. They are random on our plate, and we do not know. So we're going to start in the bottom right-hand corner of this round plate, and we're going to work our way through. So
we've kind of been talking, so it's not like super hot right now, but
yeah. And I mean,
that's
it's
the thing about barbecue. You can eat it
hot,
cold, out of the fridge the next day, off the countertop the next day. Who cares?
It is a great tailgate thing too. So you can get it hot and then you eat it throughout the tailgate as well, especially around here with East Carolina. So we're going to start with this one. So you do have some slaw with there, so that might give it away. But try it out. Let me know how you guys think, and what's your first word when you take a bite into it.
Okay.
I know exactly what this is.
As he talks with his mouth full of barbecue. We're all eating at the same time.
I'm going to back away while I chew.
Yeah.
We should have staggered that.
Yeah, we should have, but who cares? We're learning.
I think it's good. I like the texture. It's not too finely chopped. It's got a little bit of crunch in there. I feel like there's a little sweetness in the sauce. Like they probably put like a little brown sugar or something in whatever it's seasoned in, and like it tastes a little sweet.
Warren's calling out the ingredients. Bold move, Cotton. Bold move.
Well, I figured if I called it out, Lucas would probably like either look at me like I was an idiot or be like, yeah, you might be right.
No, I think you're pretty spot on there. I mean, there's definitely sweetness in it. Up front, I get, straight up original Eastern North Carolina barbecue.
Right, vinegar.
This is vinegar based. You can see the red pepper flake in it.
I do like that. The visual about it with the red pepper flake, you can see that it's coming.
It looks clean and lean too. Like they might do like shoulders and.
I was gonna say I could be wrong. Again, I don't know which establishment this is. I don't think this is whole hog barbecue because of that, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this is probably shoulder or butt.
Yeah.
It's delicious. It's got heat to it, a touch of sweetness, but very vinegar forward. It's certainly not overcooked. It's very moist to be something that cooks for so long.
There's no smoke flavor though. So
I was going to mention that next. There's no smoke to it, and that's another reason I don't know that it's whole hog.
Yep.
It's delicious.
Yes. So background of Eastern North Carolina barbecue, it's mostly vinegar based, and some people do smoky and have it on wood fire, and others just do it on gas. So this one might be one of those. I'm pretty sure that this one is not going to be on an open flame. This was probably on a grill of some sort with
gas.
Gas grill. So
how are we doing on time? Just so I know how much to talk.
We're only at 12 minutes,
okay.
So we got plenty of time. So we've got 18 minutes left. So if you're listening to this is the PEP Talk. We have our guest here, Chef Lucas Owens, and we just tasted our first barbecue. So I think that was a good little talk about the first one. So we've got a couple more to go. So if you rotate your go counterclockwise. So we're going to go up to the left. This one right here.
Right.
And you each can talk about it. So I'll talk about the visual. The visual, it looks a little bit chunkier than the others.
This is stringy. This is like really, really stringy.
So it's probably been chopped a little bit, but not finely chopped down to where it's like just minced. So you got these chunks of good pork. We are doing all pork, so if you are liking this, a lot of these places that we pick this stuff up have other options like chicken or turkey, either half a chicken or smoked turkey at some of these locations. We do have some buns here, so if you guys want to put it on a bun, you can. And a lot of them have hush puppies and
we got like the bread of choice at each place. So we have like a lot of them. It seemed like was cornbread, but
a lot of them just gave us some buns, and we pulled up and said flat out, give us a pint of your barbecue, and some gave us slaw with no extra cost, and then some didn't because we didn't ask for it. So we're kind of just going off of what we ordered. So.
See, that's a hint there. I don't know which ones gave you slaw.
The ones that the slaw on your plate.
So all the way to the left and all the way to the right.
Yep.
Yeah. So those are going to be, they got to be the older places. That's like, most times, these OGs, the slaw is just going to come with it.
It's an essential.
Because they're like, how do you not eat slaw with your barbecue sandwich?
That's such an insight, but so right. What do you think about this one, Lucas? That second one, a little bit beefier.
Choice number 2.
It's not as acidic. I think there's less of a vinegar base in it.
Yeah.
It's fattier.
Yeah. So you're thinking whole hog.
I'm still not getting a ton of like coal or not coal, but wood flame.
Okay.
It's there though, so it could easily be
got a little bit of a little smoke to it.
Yeah,
but
it's
not,
got more smoke than the first.
Yeah.
It's chunkier, which to me, I would assume it's been pulled rather than chopped.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, because these were really long strings. It probably had a little bit of chop, but
you can kind of see the way the grain went.
Right.
That it's been pulled and not chopped. I love the fat content on it.
I do.
think that, and honestly, that could be the reason it's not as acidic. Acid cuts fat and vice versa. So,
Okay.
So
We're learning now, and hope our viewers are learning as well.
yeah.
Do you want to take a guess at which one is which? The first one. Do you want to take a guess that what that one might be?
Again.
Scott has a little guide of what it is on the plate that he's not looking at, but we do have access to.
Yeah, we're not going to give out the names. I just want to see if you guys want to take a guess. I've got the names in front of me that
See, that's
they were
the thing
plated.
too. I don't know the places that you went, so there's really no pool.
Some of them
to
are
guess
not
from,
in
but-
Greenville.
There's
Like,
one that's not in Greenville.
So
Yeah.
honestly, I kind of think the first one is Skylight Inn.
Oh. Okay.
I
Kind of.
Kind of, sort of, maybe. It's an OG one, so that's definitely one of the OG ones that would have given you.
I
some
think-
Slaw.
If it's not, is it at least not in Greenville?
The
'Cause
one-
I'm almost going with a different.
that one's
choice.
in Greenville.
the first one was in Greenville.
Yeah. It's okay. It's fine. This is hard. If you
I
don't
knew-
know it, you can't.
So
really
this is
go
one
with
that
it.
Scott picked up, so I didn't exactly know, after they put it on the plate, which was which. But that's Dead Money Parker's.
You think
Really?
You think it's Dead Money?
It's
Parker's?
Dead Money Parker's.
Is the Slaw give it away?
I wasn't thinking about that until you said it afterwards, but like my grandfather used to eat Parker's every week, and I worked for him in high school for like 2 years, and I've eaten this barbecue at least 1,000 times.
Really?
That's Parker's.
You
Dude.
used to work at Parker's?
I didn't work there. No, he eats there like every week, so I would go there with him.
Okay. All right. Well,
Is that right? Or are we gonna
I'm not
wait?
going to give it away
Okay.
yet because you have to rate, or we're going to rank our top three. So at the end of
All
it,
right.
you'll pick the three that you like the most.
All right, we move
All
on to
the-
number 3.
Yeah. I'm already eating number 3, but yes. That's on the top of the plate.
To the right, more.
Right
Which
there
way
in the
are you
middle.
going?
Yep. Right there in the middle.
So this one?
What are you doing?
Is he eating the right one?
Yeah, that one right there. Yeah.
I don't know, man. That might be
Yep.
Skylight.
So yeah, the third one, my first bite, it did have a little bit more vinegar than the last one. I think it's chopped, right?
Yeah,
it's
it's
chopped.
This
yeah,
is
it's
way
chopped.
more fine.
Yeah, it's chopped.
Yeah.
This is probably the finest of the three.
I don't get that smoke flavor,
Not either.
none. So, I've got the cheat list. I want to cheat right now and just look at it and see like which one's which, because now, I've always loved Eastern Carolina barbecue. When the first time I went to college for soccer, I came from New Jersey, and they said we're doing a barbecue. I said, awesome. Like I'm
Should I
thinking,
bring the burgers?
I'm thinking burgers, hot dogs, everything like that. Maybe some steaks, and all of a sudden there's a big old hog sitting on a grill with an apple in its mouth, and they're just shaking this bottle in South Carolina, and I'm like, what are you doing? You're putting vinegar all over this bad boy?
Mm-hmm.
And it was a pig picking where you're just picking it off.
Right,
they didn't
yeah.
chop it. They didn't do anything. It's like, grab whatever you want. I'm like, this is awesome. And right then and there, that was August 7th, 2004,
When
is
Scott's
when I
life
fell in
changed.
love with Eastern North Carolina barbecue.
Did you just make that up, or is that's real?
That's real. That's real. Because that's the day I showed up to training camp for soccer, and that was also my birthday. So,
Okay,
yeah.
makes
so,
sense.
Yep, that's how I knew the date. But Eastern North Carolina barbecue, I was more of a leaner meat guy with thicker sauces from New
Sure.
Jersey.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
get like the thick barbecue sauce, from the bottle or whatever. But when they're like vinegar, I'm like, what in the world?
So you're a tomato-based guy.
Oh yeah, I was definitely a tomato-based guy because
Dude,
I'm
get 'em
also
outta here.
Yeah, I was also like Italian restaurants are my jam. Like
Yeah.
we call
Yeah,
it a gravy, a red sauce.
Right.
My parents can make a good tomato sauce. So yeah, that's
I like the blend. You ever have Sam Jones? If we haven't eaten it already.
yeah.
Where
You're
they
gonna
have
have
the sauce that they blend the Western and the Eastern style.
Yes.
It's a little
Yes.
bit. That,
So,
that actually is
Sam
that over
Jones
there.
did give us some sauce, so we did not ask for it, and they gave us sauce. So did I'm going to give you the names of the ones that we have here, so then it might help you out because it might be a little too hard. So we do have Abrams here. We have Bees Barbecue. We have Moore's. We have Bums. We have Sam Jones. We have Parker's, and we have. That's it.
Is that 6? Did you say 6?
I think I said 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said 6. That was 6.
So what did you think of the middle one? I think of the 3 so far, I'm like, I like the middle one, but I don't know that it was like my favorite.
The middle of the three or the middle of the plate?
Middle of the plate.
Yeah.
So the third one we tried.
The last one that we tried.
Yeah, I mean the sauce was like good and stuff. It was super finely chopped. Like I feel like that would make like a really good sandwich or something.
And for the viewers, just because you can't see it, we ordered this and we did not ask for extra sauce. So we literally just scooped it out of the container it came in and put it on the plate. So this one did have a good flavor. Like we didn't add extra sauce to it because they gave it to us. We have them here in front of us, but we didn't do it. So it's actually a really good one coming out of the container. It still was moist. It still had a good flavor to it.
Right.
I think it looks like it has like more skin and stuff in it. Like it's more.
So I think the second one is familiar, and I think it's because it's a place that my wife likes to go.
Okay.
But we can save those guesses.
Okay.
All right.
But I'm pretty certain on number 2.
On number 2, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Now, as far as between
that was that smoky one that was not chopped but more pulled. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I think between the 3, I really like number 3
Yeah.
so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had number 3. I don't even know what number 3 is, but I don't think I've had it. So that's something different. Because I don't get a lot of Bees barbecue, and I love Bees barbecue because I don't get it a whole lot because you have to go there.
Yeah.
Shout out to
You basically have to eat breakfast for lunch. They sell out so quick.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
So we've got 3 more left. So let's go to the fourth one, which is right there. Keep going to the left here, guys. And this fourth one, it looks juicy.
Yeah.
It looks like it's moist. You
Yeah,
got to
it's-
say that
it's
word on a
kinda-
podcast because most people hate it. I mean,
It looks like you could,
do you
you
mind
could
the
ball
word?
it up and it would stay that way.
Do you mind the word moist when you're describing food?
I encourage it.
Oh, cool. Okay,
Yeah.
so you like moist food.
Yes.
How many times can I say moist in this podcast? Also, shout out, just to let you guys know, there are no mushrooms on this plate here. I always do that. I'm a fun guy that doesn't like fun guy, so.
No mushrooms. This is a mushroom-free lunch right now.
Mushroom-free podcast.
So there's a taste that you get right up front, and I'm pretty certain it's black pepper.
Oh, yeah. You can see a little bit of it.
Yeah.
This is seasoned like super
It's
well.
seasoned very well. Yeah, I definitely think that's like pepper forward on that.
Yeah, so I don't see a lot of red pepper flakes, but I see the black pepper.
No,
in
yeah,
it.
I definitely think it's black
So-
pepper.
And I like that. I mean, that one, and it is way more moist than the other ones that
Dude,
we've had.
that one's I think my favorite so far.
Like you said, like you could ball it up in a little ball, or ball it up and then scoop it with like an ice cream scoop, and put it right on.
Lucas is so excited he broke his fork.
Well, I was trying to press it down to see how dense it was, and that's how dense it was. Is it broke my fork. So.
So you could scoop it up with like an ice cream scoop and put it on a bun, and then take it to go, and it won't fall apart while you're driving down in the car.
And you eat your barbecue ball. Like, where are you going with this? On the
Well, you
road.
scoop it on if you're having a sandwich to go, through a drive-through.
You're over there balling it up.
Yeah, I mean, just
That's
I mean,
tasty,
so
man.
That is
That's-
tasty.
That's solid.
Dude,
All right.
I can't wait to find out what that is because I really don't know.
All right, and number 5 on the plate, because we have 6 that didn't make the plate because the plates are too small. So number 5 here.
It looks like there's a lot of red pepper on this, so I'll talk so you can eat, Scott.
Yeah, it looks like some good red.
It also looks a little bit beefier, like the pieces are a little bit bigger. This is probably like a pulled and then chopped or something.
That's delicious.
Oh, yeah.
I almost think this has been braised rather than smoked or on an open flame. You see when you bite it, like juices and moisture come out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
So
I
you
almost
think
feel
it's,
like
like,
this has
sealed in
been-
it?
Yeah, I almost think it's been braised.
That's got to be an old school one right there. That's been around for a while.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning bums on that, maybe. Now, I grew up in Aden, and I would go to Bums pretty regularly for breakfast. But I always they had this killer, like, bologna and egg sandwich.
Bologna and egg at Bums. Never had the
yeah.
bologna and egg sandwich.
Yeah, there's one common denominator among all the barbecue places, except for one. And I've determined this is the one qualifier as having a good barbecue place, was that there was an older gentleman with a farm hat and crisp blue jeans and a plaid shirt in every single one of them.
Gotta have it.
If you do not have an older gentleman with crisp blue jeans in your barbecue restaurant,
Then you need to be that.
you need to start over.
Or you didn't
Just take on the role.
Yeah.
Or the business didn't survive.
Yeah, you need to rethink your whole strategy.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really tasty one.
Really good bite.
I mean, this is like real
And that had a lot of
beefy.
flavor, and that was not dry at all. Out of the ones, that one and the number 4 were probably the most moist or the wettest ones, you know?
Yeah, 4 and 5 are, top contenders.
So the plate's been sitting on our thing for about 30 minutes because they scooped it and put it on for us. So it's been sitting out for about 30 minutes, which gives a good taste, a good character for if you're doing it for like an open house or for a lunch. Some people catering. A little bit of background, Bees BBQ, right over there on Bees BBQ Road. It's been around forever. They are only cash and check. So if you do like Bees BBQ, go there with cash or check only. They don't do credit card.
Bums is the same way.
And there's no drive-through. It's a walk-up place or walk-in.
It's insane. Like, did you walk in today when you
walked
pick
in.
it up?
Yeah, I went inside. Yeah,
it's crazy. There's just like stacks of cash on the counter and.
Yep. And they're one of those people that when they run out, they run out.
Register.
It is the smartest business plan ever because they make a certain amount every day, and when they run out, they get to close early.
Yeah.
And they don't get to charge credit cards because then people don't have to, fight the credit card company or give away a couple bucks each time they swipe it. It's cash or check only. It's awesome.
That's called sticking to your guns. If you stick to your guns for that long. Now Parker's was like that, but see, they introduced the drive-through, so they brought the credit cards in.
Yep.
I think
they still do family style because we picked up Parker's off of Memorial, and they still do family style where you can walk in and they'll do it like sit at a table and bring you all this stuff with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think because I know from like a business sense, I think they saw a big sales lift with credit cards, but I think the fact that Bees sells out anyways, it's like if they sold 20% more barbecue, they would be out at like 10 a.m.
Right. It almost doesn't matter to them. It's like we're ending our day at 12:30 regardless. So
absolutely. And they had a line outside waiting.
So we have 6
every time.
And it was awesome that I was pulling up. A police officer, a firefighter was there. So if those guys on shift are going there, that means it's a good place. When you have a firefighter sitting there, when you walk in, you're like, these guys know good food. So let me,
I think that goes along with the farmer. If you have a farmer and a firefighter in there.
Yep, absolutely. Okay.
I think that's
so. Here's number 6. Here's this one didn't make make it, and
so we'll call it wild
Warren
card.
already tested it earlier. So
I got hungry.
But this one,
the color's different.
Color, okay. Oh, so this is the first mention of a color.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the plate,
yeah,
they're all the same color. This has some red tones in it. I would assume something has been cooked in or with or seasoned with after. There's also chunks of is that skin?
Yep, that's skin.
Yeah, there's
a little crackling. Is it called cracklins?
I think isn't that when you like actually get the whole
pig? That's got to be a whole pig, right?
Yeah, I think this is whole hog. I think I know whose it is.
So just giving a recap of the plates. My plate is almost finished. Warren's is definitely
I'm not gonna know
polished
which one
off.
was which.
And Lucas has been tasting little bites of it and then going back for another like baby bite because he's trying to get all of the flavors.
Quality comparisons. We went like, okay, I'm allowed to eat number 3 now.
Right. Yeah, this is good. It's sweeter.
Okay, sweeter.
So number 1 and this one is like I guess the sweetest.
You want to try this one, Warren?
Yeah. You mind hitting me with that? Fork. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so this, my plate is demolished.
Scott was the
We
hungriest.
did have some cornbread here, and there's some hush puppies over there from one of the places. So if you're a hush puppy guy, I never had a hush puppy in New Jersey until down here. So also up in New Jersey, we have chicken and dumplings, but when you come down here, you have chicken and pastry.
Right.
So no one ever does like chicken and dumplings where
There's
the
like-
dumplings sit on top of the chicken stuff.
I think this one has like
differences.
a little smokiness. It's got some.
Got some smoke.
It's mild, to be honest. Not just the smoke, but the heat
flavor.
on it.
Yeah.
That second one was definitely probably the smokiest.
Mm-hmm.
You think?
It's tough, man. I'm trying to like retract in my brain to every, the last time I was at each of these places, and when you're trying this many in a row, it's hard to. It's a little hard to
It's like
differentiate.
Barstool Sports with the pizza.
Well, we also threw you the curveball at first of you not knowing which places we had even visited. So it's like every barbecue I've ever eaten in my life is like what your brain's going to.
We are in the 30th minute. So, okay, first one was that one on the bottom right-hand corner of your little in the triangle.
Right.
Warren, what do you think it was?
I think that was Parker's.
You think it was Parker's?
Honestly, after trying all of them, I'll agree.
Okay.
There's reasons, and I think one of them is it's the one that Parker's is a place that I eat on like family occasions.
Right.
Like you mentioned family style a minute ago. That's like when I go to Parker's. So I think that it's somewhat unfamiliar to me.
Okay.
Right.
And I also haven't been out to Aden in months. Well, I've been, but not to go to Skylight. So that may have been my first assumption, was that I didn't recognize it off the top of my head.
So the Parker's Slaw, too, is kind of unique. A lot of the places give you like a white slaw, and Parker's, for me, has always stuck out as that yellow
mustard.
slaw. They use a mustard?
There's another barbecue wild card that comes around twice a year in Eastern North Carolina, and it's the Eastern Pines Fire Department does barbecue, and it's phenomenal. And they do red potatoes, hush puppies, and they do little circular hush puppies and a yellow slaw like this. But only the true OGs of Greenville know to go line up for that.
That's impressive because I've never heard about that. So
it's a huge
OG,
operation. Like their pit house is probably bigger than like Parker's pit house, because on the day that they do it, they sell like 6,000 plates in like one day.
It's insane.
Yeah.
So that was Parker's. So Warren hit the nail on the head. That was Parker's, and that's been around forever.
Unfair advantage. The Donald Warren.
Parker's on Memorial does have the family style, and then they also have 2 locations now. One is over. Yeah, 2 more locations after the Memorial. So they have 3 total locations. So Parker's been a staple in Greenville for a long time. So that was Parker's. And
Shout
you know
out
what?
to them.
Comparing all 6 of them, I thought with the concept of this, there was going to be distinct features about each one. And there are some, but at the end of the day, all of this barbecue was phenomenal. Like, I didn't there wasn't one that was like, I'm not going to eat the rest of it. My plate is pretty much empty. So
No, I agree. I think that's kind of a good tribute to like everybody doing E&C barbecue here
doing it right.
is doing it well.
Yeah.
You know?
They have their own little take on it, but it's good. So what's number 2? I guess
all right, so number 2 was that chunky one that we don't think was chopped, but it was like more pulled. So, and it had a little more smoke flavor than the rest of them, I think. So what do you guys think that one was?
I kind of think it's Moore's.
Moore's. Okay, Moore's.
It's a conflict of interest because I picked this one up and I saw her put it in the container, and I know exactly which one it was.
Because of the smokiness, and I know Sam Jones has that big pit house out back where you can, when you're pulling up, you can smell the smoke. I'm gonna guess. My guess was gonna be Sam Jones.
So I think that was Bums.
You think it was Bums? Okay, so that was.
I think they just had like a super.
Warren's 2 for 2. Warren, it was Bums.
Well, that's not really 2 for 2. He just said that he saw it.
Yeah,
right. Okay,
yeah.
well.
It wasn't a guess. That was.
Can you name which one appeared?
It's the big one because I got there and bought like 3 pounds of it.
Well, that was a good one. I think that was good flavors. So
yeah.
All right, number 3 was in the middle of the top portion right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it again.
Because I'm thinking when you pull up to these places, some of them do have pit houses that you can smell that smoke, and then others don't. So you know that some of these can't have that smoke. So that third one had no smoke whatsoever. There was not a single smoke on that one. What do you think? What are you guys thinking? I already looked, so I probably should take my name out of it. Because I already looked. Damn it.
All right, so we've eliminated
Bums and eliminated Parker's. So we still have Sam Jones, we still have B's Barbecue, we still have Abrams, and we still have Moore's.
I think that was Abrams.
Same.
Abrams?
Same.
Close. But it was Moore's.
Really? Yeah.
And Moore's is over there by Pitt Community College.
Yeah.
Over by Sam's Club. So
that was a super tough one because I think both of those are super similar.
I think they have the similar styles. Moore's.
Well, their
and
businesses
Abrams
are similar. I mean, they have like the drive-through and stuff. Like they have so many other items. You know, they're not out.
When I walked into Abrams, I walked in at 10:55, and I said, "Can I get a pint or a quart of barbecue?" And they said, "We don't serve till 11." And then I looked, and they had a whole smorgasbord of breakfast foods.
Yeah.
And the cheese biscuits, they were going out the window like crazy. So I've never been to Abrams before until today when I picked up this stuff, and we haven't guessed that one yet. So
yeah.
We're down to 3 now. We have Sam Jones left, we have Abrams left, and we have B's Barbecue. So that number 4 on the plate.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, that was right in that corner there. So Abrams, Sam Jones, or
I'm
B's
like
Barbecue.
lost on which one was which now. Like I ate it all, so I'm like looking at
Yeah,
an
I'm
empty
getting
plate,
confused.
trying to remember what was there.
Well, now you also got to realize because this
Yeah.
one didn't have that was that moist one, that like one that you could scoop up, put it in like a little ball.
I might have to just say that was B's.
Okay.
Because of the pepper, I'm leaning that way too. Because of the black pepper.
Black pepper. See, I wouldn't go with Bees with black pepper because Bees is kind of like a staple that's been around forever. And wouldn't they stick to the original just
Red pepper flakes?
Just red pepper flakes? Or would they try to do something different that's unique?
No, I don't think they would do anything different. You're probably right about that.
I mean, Bees BBQ's been around forever. And the name of the road now is Bees BBQ Road.
Who do we have left now? We have
Bees, Sam Jones, and Abrams.
And then it's got to be Abrams. I don't think it's Sam Jones. I don't recognize that from Sam Jones.
No, because there's no smoke.
There's no smoke.
All right,
and his doesn't have that pepper content in it.
I was
Abrams.
thinking.
Okay.
It's Abrams.
Yeah.
Because I was also thinking, because it's so moist, it was probably sitting in like a nice metal tray, and they probably sauce it throughout the day to keep it full.
Yeah.
The last one on the plate.
Where's the sixth one?
The sixth one
Which
was
one is that?
this one right here.
Let me try that again.
Yeah. That's the sixth one right there.
Because now we're down to
Sam Jones and Bees BBQ, which are probably, in my own opinion, that's not professional at all. Sam Jones is definitely the biggest name in barbecue in the world, almost, because he's traveling all over. And Bees BBQ has been the most consistent staple for Greenville. It's been on ESPN. It's been all over the place. And when people come to town, they wait in line to get Bees.
There's a Netflix special. There's an episode on Eastern North Carolina barbecue, because cooking something whole animal, like we think of it as kind of normal to roast like a whole hog, but most places no one ever does that anymore. No one puts like a whole animal on the grill. But here it's like we make special grills for that because that's what's going to happen.
Oh yeah,
dude, you should see the pits that Sam makes, like at like barbecue festivals. I did one with them down in Houston.
Really?
Southern Smoke. Yeah, Sam was. I mean, heavy hitters down there.
Right.
Were they all competing against each other?
It's not really competition. It's more of
everyone's like
awareness.
The best in the world already.
Yeah, it's a nonprofit put on by Chris Shepard. He just got best chef in the world according to. I think maybe it was Forbes.
Wow.
I forget the publication, but multi-time James Beard nominee and winner.
That's big time.
Huge heart on that man.
That's awesome.
I mean, just does incredible things for Houston, and he has a nonprofit that benefits people within the industry that come across hard times, whether their house burns down or any scope of things. They take care of that, and they do a festival every year called Southern Smoke, and Sam was down there, and the pits that they build for these things are incredible.
They're like RVs, aren't they?
Well, I mean, there's just a huge plot of land that they use, and they have cinder blocks and metal grates that they put over it, and they build the flame the night before, and make sure the coals get rolling the way that they should. And they cook this thing overnight.
Wow.
With some whiskey and some beer and
some
snacks, and they watch
I'm sure
it go.
there's no moonshine at that place.
Before we pick the last two, there is the Parade of Pigs for the purple and gold. Pigskin Pig Out is always here, so a lot of teams get their amateur status and try to win and stuff like that. But have you ever been to Hawaii where they do the pig in the ground? Have you guys seen that before?
I've seen it, yeah.
Yeah, where they put the leaves and stuff on top of it and they cook it and have they just cover it.
I have beef. Someone, I'm sure, will get mad at me because of this, but
we have pork, not beef.
Wow. But with the Pigskin Pig Out. So a few years ago, the former boss, Kevin Morris, is really into cooking his hogs with hardwood, burning down the coals, getting the whole thing. We found our impressions were kind of that the competition was more of a beauty pageant. Because I've done it several times with my dad too. Like a lot of the guys, they replace like their whole grill. Like they'll put their pig on like a completely clean grill with like mirrors under it, and like not a single drop of like fat comes off the pig onto like the mirror, and they kind of judge it based
after it's been cooked.
Yeah,
so it's like a presentation of it.
It's a presentation. Now, based on the scoring, I think presentation and stuff is a huge part of it. But like, if you were to go do a Sam Jones and build your grill out of cinder blocks and throw coals under it and have ash and stuff all over the pig and stuff, you would never win. However, that would probably be the best pig. I think that's all I'm trying to say.
Also, who are the judges each and every year? Is it the football coach or is
No, they have there's professional judges. Like they know what they're talking about. Like, they devein it and do all that. But I think that the presentation element is very much a deciding factor in that competition.
In that competition.
So if anyone's listening, that's my beef with your competition.
Make sure your pig looks good.
Yeah.
All right, so the one in the final left-hand corner, we're a little over today in the podcast, but this is a good podcast. So bottom left-hand corner, what do you think it is? That last one on the plate, and then we have the last one in the jar in the cup.
I think that was bees.
I do too, and I'm basing that
Bees on the plate.
Bees on the plate. Sam Jones off the plate, and the reason is there are skins in the pint that's off the plate.
Yep.
And I know for a fact that is a Sam Jones thing. Not saying that it's not someone else's thing.
Yep.
Just saying that that's definitely a quality of Sam Jones barbecue.
And you hit the nail on the head. That is bees on the plate and Sam Jones in the container. So
There you go.
Sam Jones, like I said, Sam Jones. Also, Sam Jones, he opened up his new spot. He's a protege of Skylight.
Right.
It's a family thing.
Mm-hmm.
And his place actually has beer, which is kind of different because most of these barbecue places are old school, family style, or sit down and then you grab it and you eat it and you leave. But Sam Jones has a really cool looking building with alcohol now. So that's something different over there.
You can go walk and watch the pits too. Like he has the pits outside, so you can spectate.
When you pull up, it smells like smoke, and you just get that feeling. So this has been an awesome podcast. I mean, I'm stuffed.
Thanks, Lucas, for coming and hanging out with us.
So it's going to be called Native Fine Diner.
Native Fine Diner. We're looking at early to mid-spring.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
On paper, March, but we're thinking early to mid-spring, maybe in the month of April.
Well, we're excited for it, and when you guys open up, we'll definitely come in the first week and shoot a podcast on the off hours and get to see what your wife gets to establish on the interior designing part of it. So
it's going to be beautiful.
It's going to be awesome to have a new restaurant here and to have a concept that's completely different than anything else. So
absolutely.
Well, guys, this has been amazing. My belly is full, and we've got tons of extra food, so we'll share it with the Uptown Brewery. Again, thank you to Uptown Brewery for hosting us here again. It's been amazing. We also have our vision board contest that we're going to have to finish up this week because Warren's got to do a vision board because I challenged him to it, and my boss is making me do one as well. But other than that, thank you guys for listening. This is the podcast, People, Events, and Places, called the PEP Talk, Greenville, North Carolina. It's showcasing Eastern North Carolina barbecue. Chef Lucas Owens, Warren Allen with the Click Firm, and Scott Allenspach with East Carolina Realty. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you guys soon.